Hello, this is V. Scott. I will be sharing a disturbing video with you all today. It is a video of a white female student attacking a black female student. It is actually, she's using racist slurs at the young lady as well as calling her derogatory names. We're going to go ahead and get into the video. I will talk back with you down in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will have a chat with you at the end of this video. I will tell you what I think at the end of this video.
I hope. Could you stop, please? No. Could you stop? No. Thank you. I'm you're a bitch. Oh, jeez. I did not get paid enough for this. Exactly. And you're Thank you. Thank you. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. Yeah. I got this all on video. Me too. I got this all. You're a bitch. You trying to get me to get her to like get chairs and things? No, I'm drunk. You're drunk. You're a bitch.
So last night I was at work and I'm a desk clerk here at the University of Kentucky, and there was a girl, she came in drunk, and when she came in drunk, she was looking at the elevator, and she was like stumbling, and she started talking to the elevator. She was like, I'm gonna effing end you. Basically, like, I'm gonna end you, like, off you. Yeah. And so basically what happened was I stuck my head out the window. I was like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And that's when the N-word, the B-word, those racial slurs and things started coming out. So I was like, okay, let me call the RA. So I called the RA down, but the RA took a minute. And so in between the time of the RA getting down, the girl has called me the N-word. And this girl, she walked in about 1 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock, 1:15, somewhere in between that time. She did not look like a resident, so I did not open the door. But when she came in, she stumbled across the front desk over to the elevator, and she started talking to the elevator. It is a part of our job that if we see a student that's like very drunk, we are to call an RA to help for them to be able to write up a report, or really just to make sure the student gets to where they need to be safely.
There's some more firsthand account for you. To summarize it again, last week, terrible human being Sophia Rossing went viral when she appeared intoxicated, attacking University of Kentucky student desk clerk, calling her the N-word and B-word repeatedly. Rossing's charges came at her. Consequences do come sometimes for bad actions: alcohol intoxication in a public place, disorderly conduct, 4th-degree assault, and 3rd-degree assault of a police officer. Rossing was bonded out of jail around 6 p.m. last Monday night. Her parents were present and covered her face as she left, according to Rossing's attorney. Why? Not proud of your actions anymore? Oh, that's a shame. Her attorney, Fred Peters, said she was apologetic, humiliated, and withdrawing from University of Kentucky following the incident, and also said Rossing was getting treatment. Meanwhile, in a letter to the campus community, University of Kentucky President Eli Capilouto called the behavior seen in the video disgusting and devastating to our community. But are there more consequences? Well, let's hear the statement. In part, it reads, Ms. Rossing is no longer a student at the University of Kentucky. Within hours of learning about this incident, we suspended her on an interim basis, a move that banned her from campus during our investigation. I've also determined that she will not be eligible to re-enroll as a student. She is permanently banned from the campus. Although she's no longer a student, we must continue our investigations. That includes our cooperation with an investigation into criminal charges filed, our code of student conduct, disciplinary proceedings, and racial harassment misconduct being reviewed by our Office of Institutional Equity and Equal Opportunity. Further charges could be forthcoming based on these investigations. That is some good news. A little bit of proof there, a little bit of hope that when these disgusting people take out their biases and their bigotry on innocent people, they will get punished. Their names will be tarnished and they will suffer consequences. As for Kyla Spring, the student who was harassed and can be heard in the video saying, quote, "I do not get paid enough for this," has been gaining support. A GoFundMe has been started. It reads, "Hello, everyone. I would like to start this GoFundMe for Kyla just to keep her on her feet for the rest of the year. Whether she goes back to work or not, it would help. It would be helpful to her no matter what. Anything will help. Thank you." And already almost reached the $10,000 goal. You can support the GoFundMe if you please. What a disgusting display of lack of humanity towards another person. Thankfully, the university took action. Yasmin, not an easy story to see. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, now the girl is playing the victim. She's saying she didn't know she was being recorded. She's saying that she wasn't in her right state of mind, even though, alcohol doesn't make you a racist out of nowhere. She's saying her punishment was too severe and that now her future is ruined. Not that she ruined her future, but that it was ruined by, I don't know, some malicious external entity or force. The thing with justice is that it's only a step on the way to accountability and on the way to general societal betterment. Justice that doesn't lead to remorse, or at least understanding for how you ended up in your position, it's good, but it's really not enough. And honestly, I feel for Kyla. In these stories, we tend to focus on the perpetrator, but Kyla has to carry that whole incident with her now. And I hope she's okay.
And the grace she handled it with too. I don't know how somebody has that kind of self-control. If somebody was doing that to me, I would be attacking them back. I was one time on Halloween, was dressed as a Top Gun fighter pilot, and these guys self-identifying as Nazis tried to fight me and my friends, and I immediately was fighting them back. I ended up getting thrown against the CVS wall, but you have to try to fight back against this thing, but she didn't. She was able to hold her composure and just have the high ground in every respect during this traumatizing experience, and it's just so impressive. I'm so glad that she at least will financially benefit a little bit from having to deal with such a difficult thing. But you're right, I never even understand why apologies matter to people as much as true payback to society. Anybody can say sorry once, and especially once they suffer consequences.
So first, before I begin talking, the link to her GoFundMe is down in the description box, okay? So if you want to give to Kyla, please click on the link and give. Now, with this going on, this was despicable behavior on the other young lady's part. Yes, and I use the term loosely, young lady, right? Racism is just such a big problem here and everywhere, really, What are we going to do to try and start fixing this problem? The young lady had did nothing to her other than try to help her, and the color of her skin was a problem. That's what the whole thing was about. And then you're getting consequences, right? So I'm happy that the consequences did come, but you're not sorry. The young lady is not sorry at all. And like I said, I'm using it loosely, young lady. She's not sorry at all. She's upset that the consequences behind her actions, and now she is complaining like she's the victim. No, you victimized someone else, and now you are suffering the consequences. And I am happy that the university took action against this thug, because that's what she is. She is a thug. That's what I'm calling her because of what she did. All right? So, like I said, we'll talk down in the comments.